Good evening. My name is Robin Ferris, but I also answer to Fez, thanks to my friends. Such a privilege being here this evening, and thank you to everyone at Resergo. The last couple of months have been absolutely wicked. I've had the time of my life. So, introducing Bankuet. Bankuet backs food banks. Our vision is to provide digital tools to empower food banks to get what they need when they need it. We also make it simple for donors. Perhaps some of you here give to a food bank. We're going to make it simpler for you to give, as easy it is perhaps as tapping into the tube. The heart of what we're doing is getting behind the amazing work of what food banks in this country are doing. If I may, I'd like to talk about food inequality for a second. I don't want to stay here for very long, but 8 million people in the UK every year struggle to put food on their plates. For context, that's the entire population of London. Last year, the Trussell Trust, which is the largest food bank charity in the UK, gave away 1.3 million food parcels. But what's even more staggering is that 500,000 of those were given to children. Lenny Henry, who you all know for his fundraising efforts with Comic Relief, said recently, in March of this year actually, "I've been talking about global poverty for 10 years, but if you'd asked me that one day I'd be asking people in this country to put their hands in their pockets to feed children in this country, I wouldn't have believed you." 10 years ago, there were only a handful of food banks in the UK, and now there are over 2,049 known food banks. And I say known because of my travels, I've discovered the problem is way, way worse than that. Come on. This is one of my mates again. Okay. Bankuet provides the connection. We provide the connection between the food banks and donors. Nothing like this exists at the minute. What will happen if you're a donor, you'll go on to the Bankuet website, you'll select your food bank, the one that you might work near or might be one that you even serve or give to. You'll buy items, only the items they've asked for, and Bankuet takes care of the rest. If you're a food bank, you will be uploading your shopping list onto Bankuet, and the items you've chosen will be delivered precisely when you want it. Come on. Bankuet will make things better. Bankuet will make it easier for food banks to get what they need when they need it, to support the amazing work they do. Bankuet will make it easy for you to donate, so you can meet tangible, horrible needs in real time from your phone. Bankuet, most importantly, will feed more people in this country. As a young child, I was music obsessed. It was therefore only fitting that I'll go and work in the music industry for 10 years. My brother and I used to tape songs off of the radio. Now I stream the songs on my phone wherever I want, wherever in the world. And actually I want to do the same for food banks, bringing them available technology. The journey so far for Bankuet has been a thrilling ride. I started working with some food banks in Hackney last year. One of my friends over there, Joel, and I set up a collection point in our local co-op. We went in and asked, what are you doing with your food wastage? What are you doing with donations? The answer was actually nothing. So we set up some collection points and took our food donations to a number of charities, including food banks as well. And on that journey, I've met dozens of food banks, and they do incredible work. For those of you who might have volunteered in a food bank, you realize that when people walk in, they've run out of options. They haven't got any choice. And that truly is the heart of what we're doing at Bankuet. We're not just creating some smart tech. We're backing what they do, and they're really changing lives. So on here, the 6th of October there is a key one. Do you know what you were doing on the 6th of October? I know what I was doing. I was walking down Victoria Park Road like this, recording a voice message to myself. Everyone does that, right? Tough crowd, just me. In that message, I said, why isn't there an easier way to give to a food bank online? And that's when the journey started. And as you can see, I've been on the fast train ever since. What's actually not on the slide is that in August last year, I was in a near fatal cycling accident in France. I was cycling in the Alps, coming down a mountain, trying to be James Bond, and totally stacked it. Doing nearly 40 miles an hour. I ended up in hospital for 3 days, and honestly walked away lucky to be alive. When something like that happens, you think, what am I about and what am I doing? So really, when this idea dropped into my head, I was like, you know what? This is what I want to do. We're already piloting our technology. One of my friends here this evening runs a food bank. He's been piloting it with us. We've got another 6 lined up for the next stage. Bankuet 1.0 is our MVP, which we'll be rolling out in September. Next year, it will be growing even further. So I come into land here. I want to leave you with something. Let's imagine it's 2010, and I offer you the opportunity to invest in 2 companies. One is Domino's Pizza, one very close to my heart, and Google. Smart money's going to go on Google every time, right? But actually, the company you should have backed would have been Domino's Pizza. Why? They took simple technology, they followed a simple business plan, and they executed incredibly well. They saw a need, and they provided it. In this case, people wanting pizza when they wanted it. Bankuet is going to follow the same methodology. We're taking simple technology, we're going to follow a simple business plan, and we're going to execute really well. The UK is a great place, isn't it? We all know that food banks don't exist, but they do. But I look out the window and I see people marching across the streets of London. Who knows what's going to happen this year? But I believe that Bankuet can make things better. And I invite you to join me. Thank you.